Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into what might just be the most important and maybe the most endangered skill we have, the ability to actually think for ourselves.
So let's just jump right in with a big question. Really think about it. What happens if we all just stop thinking critically? What does a society look like when nobody questions anything anymore and gut reactions become more important than facts? And maybe the scarier question is, how close are we to that already?
Well, the thing is, this isn't just some hypothetical sci-fi scenario. The evidence is starting to pile up, and a lot of experts are ringing the alarm bells. It looks like our ability to think clearly is in real trouble.
Check this out. A huge study from Stanford wanted to see how good young people are at telling fact from fiction online. And their conclusion was, well, it was brutal. The one word they used to sum it all up was bleak. That's a chilling word, right? It's a pretty damning assessment of where we're at.
And you might think, okay, that's a problem with kids on the internet. But nope, the problem goes way higher up. Research published in the Wall Street Journal found that even after 4 years of college, we're talking about a massive investment of time and money, the average student's critical thinking skills barely budged. So we're going through the motions of higher education, but are we actually getting any smarter? The data says, not really.
So, what in the world is going on? Why is this happening? Well, it's not really an accident. Our modern world, in a lot of ways, is perfectly designed to condition us away from deep thought, creating what you could call numb minds. It's like our brains are fighting a war on 5 different fronts all at once. First, we're just buried in information. We're trying to process 5 times more stuff every single day than we did just a few decades back. It's overwhelming. Then you've got algorithms on social media that don't want you to reflect, they want you to react. They feed you what you already believe. And all this is literally rewiring our brains to be expert skimmers instead of deep readers. And maybe the biggest one? We're becoming allergic to being wrong. We avoid anything that challenges us.
And that last point really gets to the heart of it. There's a psychological term for it, cognitive dissonance. You know that squirmy, uncomfortable feeling you get in your gut when you see a fact that totally contradicts one of your core beliefs? That's it. And our brains absolutely hate that feeling. So what's the easiest path? It's not to change our minds. That's hard work. No, the path of least resistance is to just reject the evidence. Problem solved. Except not really.
Okay, so that all sounds pretty grim, I know. But here's the good news. The solution isn't some complicated new technique you have to go learn. The tool to fix this is already built right into your biology. It's an operating system that's been fine-tuned over millions of years. So the whole key here is to stop fighting against our own brains and start working with them. What if we could use their most basic, fundamental programming, the stuff they do automatically every single second, to actually think better and more clearly?
Scientists say even the simplest organisms do this. It's a 4-step loop. You observe what's around you, you question if something is a threat or maybe a reward, you evaluate your options, and then you conclude. You make a decision and act. You've already done this 1,000 times today. When you decided what to eat, when you changed lanes in traffic, it's all the same core process. That's your brain's primal OS.
All right, so we've got the operating system. Now let's install some software on it. A simple, powerful program for navigating the modern world. We can borrow it from the brilliant scientist Carl Sagan, who called it his Baloney detection kit. The heart and soul of this kit is a really powerful idea from science called falsification. And it's actually pretty simple. All it says is that for any claim to be taken seriously, there has to be some way you could test it and potentially prove it wrong. Think about it. If there's no way a claim can be disproven, then there's no way to ever know if it's true either. It's not science at that point. It's just a belief.
Sagan had this perfect little story to explain this. He said, imagine I tell you there's a dragon living in my garage. You say, great, show me. I say, oh, it's an invisible dragon. So you say, okay, let's spread flour on the floor to see its footprints. And I say, nope, it floats. You see where this is going, right? At some point, what's the real difference between an invisible, floating, heatless dragon and no dragon at all? Exactly. There is no difference.
So this is your toolkit. These are the questions you can use. Before you buy into any claim, just run it through this checklist. Who's saying this? Can I trust them? Has anyone tried to poke holes in this idea? And what do the critics have to say? Does the person making the claim have an agenda here? Just asking these few simple questions is like having a superpower for filtering out the nonsense.
So the big takeaway here is that critical thinking is so much more than just a skill for school or for winning an argument online. In the world we live in today, it's actually something much, much bigger than that.
When you're surrounded by voices that demand conformity, that punish you for asking tough questions, choosing to think for yourself is a rebellion. It really is. It's an act of choosing what's true over what's comfortable. It's choosing personal growth over the safety of just agreeing with everyone else. And yeah, that takes real courage.
So this is really an invitation. It's not just about learning a few mental tricks. It's about waking up. In a world that's just full of noise and passive agreement, the most radical, the most powerful, the most revolutionary thing you can do is think. So the only question left is, will you?